everyone, I'm here again as promised with a finished print and cut version of the Christmas robin card from the last video tutorial. A lovely process video would be great here, but even if I had the equipment to record anything other than my screen, I think all you'd hear are grunts, groans and crashes, and you certainly wouldn't see much as my hand would be in the way more often than not. Instead, I have some photos of the trial run of the Christmas robin card, and I did make a few errors. That's what happens when there's a 3-month crafting break. I forget all my little tricks. You can see here, as the project is about to go into the Cameo, that I've changed my page layout from the video tutorial. I had the idea to make this a one-piece of card project, rather than a 5x5 inch square panel stuck onto a separate card base. This is a bit of a mistake because I want that panel to fold the ends of my twine over so that they are hidden. I don't think I'll do it like this again. On the left is the 5x10 inch card base with the greeting on the front and the Designed By logo on the back, and I did a score line halfway to help with the folding. I arranged 2 sets of the robin and the holly on the right in case I messed up with the construction later. Before removing the mat, I checked to see if the cut is all the way through the card. If it has missed, I can send the project through for another cut, and because I haven't removed the mat, it will cut in exactly the same place. It's perfectly cut this time, so it's time to unload and pull the pieces off the mat. Here you can see that some of my corners on the holly leaves and the tail of the robin look a little bit white. Listening to my Cameo when it's cutting, I can tell it's from the blade doing the overcut on the corners and lifting up 2 or 3 times. As this is a small design, it's frayed the fibres of the card slightly, but I can smooth them down with my thumbnail and they'll be fine. I may well edit the design before the next print and cut and smooth out the edges so that that doesn't happen so much. It might work, or I might make things worse, but I do often go back and try and make the designs cut as smoothly as possible. I patted myself on the back for remembering to measure the twine and thread it through the hole before I stick the holly leaves there. This is when I realised there was nowhere for my ends. As this card is likely to be going through the post, I haven't put foam squares under the robin's body. The circle and his wing will be raised on foam squares, and that's probably quite enough depth to allow for safe and easy posting. I'm trying to be clever by first sticking the holly leaves and a couple of berries to the foam square before sticking it on the circle. It sort of works, but I am not cutting separate berries next time. What a fiddle it was, and I kept losing them. I think I shall edit the design to do the leaves and berries to cut as one piece, or at least all 3 berries as one piece. I think by now my mind is elsewhere, probably planning the design edits, because I tie a lovely bow, but not around the piece of twine I've already threaded through the circle. I had it in my head to use glossy accents to stick the bow down, which does work, but tying it around the twine already there would also work, and perhaps be less messy. There's no photo of my accident with the glossy accents. I can't operate a camera and squeeze a bottle at the same time. It turns out I also can't squeeze a bottle that well either, because I all but drown the berries in the stuff. I did slightly better with the bow, and used a little dot at the top of the twine, which I still don't like. As a trial run, it's been useful and dusted off my rusty card skills. Oh, I should mention, I didn't change any of the colours from the earlier tutorial video. You know that when possible, I like to show you that what you see on the screen is what I get when I do the print and cut. I don't use any fancy equipment, just a HP Envy 5530 inkjet printer and white A4 card from Stampin Up. Last night I had an idea for another Christmas card, and I'm working out the design today. Hopefully there will be a video tutorial for that later this week. Also this week, well, I may have bought a Cameo 3. Mainly for the auto blade feature, which I hope will make changing blade depth easier for me, which has got to be better than what I'm doing now because I don't change it at all. I also want the ability to have a sketch pen in the other tool holder without having to switch the blade out. This means I can try sketch pens at last. And, oh dear, Christmas is very early in this house. I also bought the Silhouette Mint. I've wanted one since I first saw it a year or so ago. Homemade stamp designs, here I come. Well, I had best go and make a start on this second Christmas card idea, plan the tutorial, and have a well-earned cup of tea. Have a good week. I'll see you soon.